Hey everyone, I just want to do a quick little disclaimer that these changes are very permanent. They will stay quite a while. They'll stay in your clothes, your hands, your table. Um, just be sure that you are competent in what you're doing. If not, get some friends to help out maybe. Consult someone else, ask a group, look up other tutorials. I use hot water, so be cautious of that. And I use completely different proportions of ink to water than I should be. This is t-shirt dye. It's made for shirts, to dye shirts and clothes. So it is very potent the way that I do it. I used about 1 or 2 cups of very hot water. It's just below boiling, not even to a simmer, but you get what I mean. Also, you should use gloves if you don't want your hands to be all dyed different colors. That'll go away, but it will take a couple weeks. So if you have something important coming up, I suggest wait until after that. I'm not responsible for anything that any of your actions. These are my own. Whatever you do is up to you. Quick disclaimer: be cautious of what you do and be sure that you want to do it. And try it on some things that you don't care about as much as first. This is my user Fremont. This is all scratched up. It's used and abused. You know, I wouldn't really care if something bad happened to it. Like, if I lost, I'd be upset. But changing the colors, getting scratched, I don't really care about as much. It's a user. Just want to clear those things up. Quick disclaimer: be cautious of what you do. And I'll roll the video now. Alright, so, hey everyone, it's been a while. I got some requests to do a short little video on this knife. Probably thinking it's just a normal Fremont jack, but get up. Ooh, there we go. A little bit closer here. If it will focus. Notice it's slightly pink and blue, more apparent on the backside. What I did was I just dyed it a little bit, and got a couple other examples, but the blue on this, oh god, the blue on this wasn't too present, so I wanted to add another color. I'm just all over the place today. Hold up. Alright, so I just wanted to add another color. Really give it that next level of wow. It's a red, oh my god. It's a red, white, and blue Fremont jack. Essentially, is what it is. I use some t-shirt dyes. Most people use RIT dye to dye G10. I've heard you could use it too on some bone knives, some jig bone. So I tried it on this camel bone with the Fremont jack. It turned out pretty well. So I figured I'd do it again, but I'm going to choose a different color. And I'm going to do a couple other knives, just some examples. This one I also did a slight red. It wasn't originally a orange Beer Scout, and it brought out some red accents here and there, but I didn't leave it in there too long. So I did this one, not as apparent, but it still brought out a little bit of color, made it a little bit darker. Looks a lot better. Fremont jack. I already did this. I'm gonna re-dye it purple, add another color to the mix. And I'm gonna dye these two knives. I'm still deciding on if I will or not, but I'm definitely doing the Fremont again. It's my experiment knife essentially. But if you notice, in some cuts of the camel bone, it gets really dark in some areas. It's usually where there's more grooves and scratches and such. So, like this 15, completely factory. Great Eastern did a really great job on this. This Fremont jack, not so well. This Madison, they did excellent. It is by far the best dyed knife I've seen by them. It's absolutely beautiful. Bring that off to the side. So I'll be dyeing the Fremont for sure. This just an example knife. This right here I will be dyeing, but it is a Broadway jack, and I don't know if you guys can see this. There we go. There's a very dark vein going down there, or a crack in the bone. It's not necessarily a crack, but it's stuff like that. All the very deep grooves in the bone are what are dyed. This is a factory second, so you can see where the black bones were dyed, where it got cut off. There's some small little issues, like the blade you can pretty much get entirely under in here. You can see it right in there. Doesn't close fully. That's an issue with there, though. It's no biggie. This is a user. Most of these are users. This is a user. That's a user. Both of these are users. The only one that isn't is this, which is why I'm still debating on it. I love this. The only problem is that little brownness in there. I'm not too much a fan of that. I've probably opened this for a total of 20 times. I used to own a Coca-Cola one from the original run. This is the second run, and I haven't carried this much at all. I don't know if I'm going to do this, but I will show you this one right now. I got the dye. I'm going to be doing a red. I've already got the red in here. It's just a little bottle. The original, this is just a tie-dye t-shirt dye, which I did the Fremont with, but it's probably only filled halfway with the powder, but I'm going to try a bunch more, see if that will help the dyeing process. And here I have almost boiling hot water. What I do is I just yeah, you can see the steam going up. I'm just gonna pour it in here, and then I'll stick the knife in. You want it so it just gets down just enough so it doesn't quite get up. Oh my god. So it doesn't quite go all the way past the pivot. That's what I found to be best. That's what I'm going to aim for. You fill this up. Alright, so I got it here. Oh shit, that's really hot. It's the same instructions. But I'm gonna shake it up. Keep burning my hands. It's very red. And it goes. And I'll just wait here for about 15 minutes. And we'll see how she works. Alright, so it's been a little over 15 minutes, but that's fine. Wrong way. Alright, so what I got here are just some water cups. I normally do this over the sink, but I want you guys to see this. One last shake. Shaking it free. Alright, so there's the bone. You need to really focus on this. And focus. Alright, so you see how dark it is now and where it isn't dyeing as effectively. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse it out in water. You already see the difference. It's gonna get a lot lighter as we go through. I'm just using this one as a main one to get all the main gunk off. I'm gonna dump that out later. I'm gonna wipe this out. This one's still lukewarm coming from the hot water. I don't want to shock the steel or anything. Thing to note, this is very staining. This will stain you. I did this 15 minutes ago and I've already washed it twice on my finger here. So that's gonna be there for like a week. Feel like I'm mixing paint. Yeah. It's definitely a little more pink in real life. It's like a hot pink. Go through this. Alright, I'm gonna go rinse it real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, and there you have it. Red Camel Bone Broadway Jack. I can show you guys in better lighting later, but last step, most important step. Pretty much all these, you gotta re-oil your knife. I failed to do that on one of my knives. I did. It started to rust. I caught it just in time. Just sprayed it down, rubbed it, some paper towels and WD-40, came right off. But just spray it down, let it sit for a day. No, not a day. A couple minutes. I don't know why I say that, but yeah, spray it down, let it soak for a couple minutes. Make sure you work your pivot a lot after you spray it, and clean it all off with water again. Some Windex you saw me use there. I don't know if you saw that. I wiped it down with Windex, got it all clean and purty. And yeah, that's my new Broadway. I'm gonna throw up some pictures on Slipjoint Paradigm. It's a Facebook group, you guys should check it out. If you've seen these knives with the SP logo down here in like a 2015 sometimes, that's our group. That was our group knife. It's pretty awesome. And yeah, I unfortunately didn't get one, but it's all good. I got this one, it's factory second, got it for a good price. Everything's all good. I will do another one here momentarily. I'm about to do my Fremont jack again. Remember, this is permanent. If you're on the fence about something like I am, this, just don't do it. If you think you might sell it later, don't do it. It's very permanent. I know I'm not going to resell this. I want it to be red. Now it is. And I actually really like it. It's one thing I really like. Just a clean back spring. I don't know why, but yeah. There it is. It's red. About to do this one up in purple. How should I do it? Probably gonna do it in one of these cups. Yeah. So I got the purple here. This is the actual dye that I just used on this red one, which came out very well, I must say. Except red, obviously. So I'm gonna fill this up with hot water. This is almost boiling. You just need to make sure it covers up the bone at least. Alright, so it's covering the bone now. Take that out. Knife of the day today. Frank Bellatrone. I'm going to slowly pour this in. Again, you gotta be careful. This stuff dyes very, very well. There we go. It smells kind of funky, so just be careful about that. You gotta add a little bit of red so it becomes a little more cherry. This is an experiment. I don't know what's gonna happen, but this Fremont's a very avid user. You can't see it on the blade, but there's a bunch of scratches on it and everything throughout the handles and bolsters. Shield and back spring, it's all ripped apart, so I don't mind doing this. Oh no, shit, it's on my phone. Life-proof cases. I'll tell you what, man. They are a lifesaver. Just had to clean that off real quick. You can still see for the most part that it's blue, but definitely on the edges it's much more purple. Very shiny. Definitely got in there along with some of that red from last time. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think it looks a hell of a lot better. I guess I'm gonna spray this down with some WD-40 now. I decided I'm gonna throw this one in for a second dip, so that starts now. I don't know how much it's gonna take, but might as well since I've got it out. And this one I'm just gonna clean off, spray down. No, I'll spray down with WD-40. I use Windex. It just breaks anything apart immediately from what I've experienced. Next is the WD-40. The battery. Oh no. So it's all oily and WD-40 now. Hands are all greasy. I'm just gonna let this sit up here, upside down, so it seeps into the pivot as I wash up. So, I'll see you guys in another 15 minutes. And right there. There you go. There's that. I'm gonna go clean. See you guys later. Okay, so you have that back in the wrong way every time. So this is in the purple mix, purple and a little bit of red. Depth enough. See how that looks right now. Kind of crazy looking. So quickly that turns it purple. Need some more water here. You got these purple slugs on here. They usually rinse off, but okay, that was a poor decision. I'm gonna go rinse this off real quick. So, rinsed it out. Came a little more purple at the bottom. Still a little black at the top. A little disappointing about that. Disappointed about that. I got a lot darker on along those parts. Oh, it's the bone. I don't know, but yeah. So let me show you what I do to spray it down now. Get rid of that in a minute. Usually do this over a trash can, but yeah, you just coat it a good amount You always want the most amount of oil going towards the pivot. You want to use a string next. Or not string, the straw. And this will shoot everywhere, so be careful. And I'm gonna let that sit now for a couple minutes. No script time, but yeah. Gonna go get rid of these real quick. Be back with you. 3, 2, 1. I don't know if this is gonna work. Or some. And cups are gone. Shit, missed one. And, oh, there we go. I don't know if that worked or not, but yeah, excuse me. So, after it's been a couple minutes, dump out some of the WD-40. Obviously, particleizes on top a little. I don't know what I'm talking about, blah blah blah. You kind of wipe it down. I leave the blade a little bit coated so it retains on there. And then tomorrow I'm just gonna Windex it off, clean it off, and it'll be all good to go. So there we have it. From this creamy white color. Yeah, I decided not to do the Viper after all. So from this creamy Viper to this nice and red, pink, and purplish color. You definitely see that contrast in them. And then after a dyed bone, what you can get out of it already, and how you can improve upon it or change it a little. It's all good. I'm gonna go post this into the group I was talking about earlier. And that's it. So that's it. I hope you guys had a fun time listening to me ramble on about how you dye these bones. But yep, it's been the most dramatic change. I think it looks good. Definitely gonna show it off a lot more. I hope you guys have a good one. And until next time, I've been in life. See you guys. Peace.